Welcome to The Thriving Mama, the podcast that teaches you not just how to survive, but to thrive in motherhood. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Davis. So this episode is going to be very quick and sweet because I am here to announce some big changes coming to the podcast. This episode 52, officially marks the end of not only this season, but also the rebranding of the podcast. I am officially changing the name of the podcast from The Thriving Mama to either Quantum Recode or Quantum Doctor. So we're still ironing out the details for that. But in any case, the rebrand and name change just reflects some things that have gone on for me in the past year. You've heard in some of the more recent episodes, some of the ones that were in the higher 40s, and even in the last 51, 50, I have alluded to some changes that are occurring, but so much of it is coming as a byproduct of change that I've gone through in the last calendar year. I know in one of the episodes more recently, I told you that 2024 was a big year of transformation for me. And I gained so much clarity and confidence and strength through that transformation that I really felt the calling to step into my full self, show up as my full self. And to be quite honest, I think I started off with just moms because that was what the majority of my practice was moms and kids. But the truth is I work with lots of different people. I work with men. I worked with babies. I won't be really working with babies anymore because they don't really fit into the model of what I'm going to be working with forward. But yeah, I work with all sorts of people. I work with men. I work with women. I work with people of all sorts of different ethnicities. I work with people of different belief systems and religious backgrounds. I work with gay people. I work with straight people. I work with all sorts of people. What matters to me, and I said this in the very first couple of episodes, were that I really want to show up for people and help them get to where they want to be in life from a health, wealth, happiness standpoint, help them achieve what they want to achieve. And in this world, I care about, are you a good person? I don't care about any of the other stuff. Just, are you a good person? Are you trying to show up as your best self? And that will be reflected in the next season and the next iteration of the podcast. So I just wanted to take this time to have an energetic goodbye to the Thriving Mama and to say thank you to everyone who has listened and invested their time in what I have been sharing with the world. And also to tell you guys, I'm really excited for for the launch. It's just same idea, same information, but just not specifically around just moms. It's going to be for everybody, people who are chronically ill or sick and want to feel better, for people who have had emotional or traumatic experiences that want to change that, who want to move beyond that and to thrive and be vibrant and feel unlimited. And the next, also, I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago, I work with business owners and entrepreneurs too to help them get unstuck. Or if they're going after the money or a certain number of businesses, or they're chasing, and they're not satisfied. There's a reason internally that they're not satisfied. And helping them uncover that. Also helping people uncover limitations that are holding them back. So I do all of that work. I don't just work with moms. So this is going to be a reflection of what I'm doing. It's just interesting because last year it was funny because I had a period of 3 or 4 months where I had tons of men coming into my practice or my business, I should say. And it was interesting because I was like, what's going on here? Like, is this a sign? And then it just dawned on me because it was like a bunch of men, and I'd say males in general. And then it was a bunch of people who owned businesses and entrepreneurs. And it was funny because it was like God or the universe, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, was laying the seeds, planting the seeds. This is what you do. You just need to open your eyes. And so that is where the podcast is going from episode 53 and beyond. It is going to have a new name and a little bit of a new feel, but the direction is going to be the same. We're going to be talking about emotions and trauma and nervous system regulation and ways that you can keep growing, self-growth, getting out of your own way, getting unstuck in all the ways. So this can just be applicable to your whole life, not just certain aspects of your life. So I wanted to share that with you. And as always, if you want to share any thoughts, if you want to ask any questions, you can always comment on the bottom of the YouTube in the comments. You can send us messages, emails, DMs. I read them all. I answer them all. So I love hearing from you. And if you feel so inspired, you can also check out my quiz. If you're curious as to if you have any stored emotions or trauma that might be causing your illness or preventing you from achieving your goals and aspirations, or even just showing up as your best, most authentic version of yourself, I invite you to take my free stored emotions and trauma quiz, and you will find that link in the show notes. And again, thank you so much for being present and sharing your time and energy with me and viewing what I have to share. And look out for next season and the next iteration of the podcast.
If you made it this far, I truly appreciate you. Remember, knowledge is just the beginning. Taking action is what truly sparks change. If you're overwhelmed and don't have enough energy to make it through the day, I invite you to book a free 20-minute coaching call with me. It's a no-obligation chat where we can discuss your health goals and how I might be able to help you achieve them. Visit the link in the episode description to book that call. Until next time, keep striving for wellness, and remember, you have the power to not just survive, but thrive in motherhood.